Oh my god! Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, I'm a geek. You are watching Kevin the Geek, and welcome back to another weekly episode of Goodnight Sweetheart. Obviously, just to remind you, next week is my Super Geek week, so there won't be an episode next week, but it will be back the following week, which is the very last day of September the 30th. But on this day, on September the 15th of 1943, something that I always presumed was much later, but apparently the US Army revealed the existence of its formerly top secret weapon, the bazooka. Yeah, I thought that was like a 70s or 80s invention. I didn't realize it was sort of World War II era. Definitely a time that I wasn't aware of. But today we are doing Series 4, Episode 5 of Goodnight Sweetheart, called The Leaving of Liverpool. A new day is dawn. Haha. And he's giving you like a modern day fiver. Like, dude, have some common sense. Oh. Mm. Yeah, with the air raids. What's wrong with the green tie? Oh, bless him. Yeah. Rare. Yeah. You sure they ran away? I don't think they were going to want a Jack Russell. Well, okay, yeah, I'll give it that. They don't need training. Ooh. Ooh. You tried him. Oh! Ah! Oh. Ah! Don't think they appreciate you up here, Gary. Hmm. Oh! Gone. Oh dear. Well, you're going to get a train all the way back to London to go. Oh, has this changed the past? Oh, my dear. Oh, dear. It's changed the past. Or the future. Oh! No way. Oh. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yes, Hitler. Go on, try and explain it. Yes. 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 Maybe move away from the burning building. Aha. Did no one see Gary come out and bring the child out? Hmm. Oh. Ow. Hmm. What? I quite like Dandelion and Burdock. I'm back to normal. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, bugger. Kind of. Kind of. Yeah. Okay. Well, Yvonne's back, kind of. I mean, she literally appeared in one bit and pretty much said like 2 lines, and it was an alternative version of Yvonne. But hey, Yvonne was kind of back. Um, hmm, interesting, very interesting. I think the closest that we have delved into the idea of more of your traditional time travel kind of storylines and in potentially changing events either in the past or in the future or whatnot. I think the closest example we came to that was in the Christmas episode, where it was that whole thing about Pearl Harbor, and the question kind of became, if Gary Sparrow had never had the ability to do his time travel stuff, would Pearl Harbor still have happened in the way that it legitimately did without his sort of interference, shall we say? And here is a kind of similar version to that. And at this stage, I'm wondering again, had Gary not gone to past, had he not been in a situation where Albert Wheatcroft, basically nicked Gary's wallet, ended up in prison, so that meant that Gary had to break him out and take him to the burning building in order to rescue the future. Would he have still have done that? Or was it always a predetermined thing that Gary's involvement was basically essential for that? Because in this particular episode, it sort of gave the impression that unless Gary got him sprung from jail, it changes the future. Which, by that logic, then suggests that you can change the future. You can alter things by doing the wrong things or interfering in theoretically the wrong way. And it's interesting how it would have changed things to the significance of Gary and Yvonne. So, because I think you can easily understand how it may have affected Ron. Because if he hadn't had his granddad having supposedly done this thing, and he had this kind of clinging to it, it makes sense that his life would have gone down a different path. But within the context of this show, Ron first met Gary in the opening episode when Gary and Yvonne were throwing a party and Ron was invited. That's when they first became friends. So what would have changed from Albert no longer having saved this kid to then 2 generations later would have meant that Gary and Yvonne wouldn't have ended up together? That would take some serious thinking and serious theorizing on my part to potentially try and work out how the hell that could have even happened. I might give it a go at some point, and I may come back to you in a future video and let you know with that. But it does at least now suggest that you can change the future. And is there going to be a scenario where Gary is going to try and change the future for himself or for somebody else? Because we had which one was it? I think it was sort of the crossover maybe between series 2 and 3 or series 1 and 2. Where wasn't it like Ron asked Gary to buy some stocks, and then when they got to the future, it turned out that the stocks they basically got, they ended up being worthless. And that almost felt like a suggestion that it's almost like time would always work against you, and it wouldn't allow you to do something that would kind of benefit you in the future, which they did in the opening episode. If you saw it when I did Crime Traveller, to date I've done 2 episodes. The second of which, I think for viewers on YouTube, it's going to be coming out later on this month. But the first episode, which was back in July, I think, that was the whole suggestion at the end of the episode. The guy in it, Slade, I don't know what it was. It was like he got the lottery numbers or something like that, and when he got the ticket out, like the numbers vanished. And it's like, well, yeah, time won't allow you to benefit from the knowledge and everything. So it's going to be interesting if we do any more stuff with this, because you could. I mean, at this stage, it feels like there's a bit of a let's play it loose and goosey, depending how the story takes it, rather than going, this is the true definitive. This is how time travel works within this show and within this series. What I did really like in this was giving Victor Maguire, who obviously plays Ron, giving him the opportunity to play somebody in the past. Although in the credits, he's literally listed as Victor Maguire, as having played Ron, but then Albert is supposedly played by Vic Noir. Just an interesting observation there with that. So yeah, maybe that's going to be the closest we're ever going to get to seeing one of our present day characters interacting with the past. We're in series 4. I very much doubt we're going to get Ron being able to go back to the past, or Yvonne going back to the past, or somebody else being able to go back to the past. Because we had that suggestion, didn't we? Either it wasn't episode 4, maybe I think it was episodes 2 or 3, whichever one it was, where Gary lost his nephew and he thought he'd been taken back to the past when he didn't. But then again, he didn't actually try to go through the portal. He was just hiding in the shop. So, yeah, it will be interesting. But But yeah, that's probably the closest we're ever going to get to that. So, hey, that's it's nice to see, Victor Maguire actually get an opportunity to do something a little bit different than just being Ron. By that logic, actually, then maybe we could get, Emma Amos. Maybe she can play an alternative version, like an ancestor of hers in the past. Maybe her grandmother or something, or great aunt or something like that. Maybe that could be a way of giving her an opportunity to do that. I don't know. We'll see with that. But beyond that, I think it's safe to say that for the rest of the series, I don't know when they're going to do it. I don't know. I presume that we're going to build up for the series finale, as in series 4, probably to be the birth of both Yvonne and Phoebe's baby. Which, if I'm going to predict anything right now, I'm going to predict that both of those women are going to end up in labour at the exact same time, which then ultimately means that Gary is going to miss the birth of one of his children, if not both. So yeah, there's that. But if they're doing that for a series 4 finale, which I'm just guessing it, obviously at this stage, when are they going to do the wedding? Are they going to do that? Could it be maybe that they go to get married in the series 4 finale? Maybe that's when Phoebe goes into labour. Then Yvonne goes into labour in the present, but obviously Gary's not there. Maybe they go down that avenue. Maybe they do it a bit earlier. Maybe they save it for like series 5 or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. But hey, that's another great episode of Goodnight Sweetheart. So just a reminder, it will not be next week. That will be the next episode of Goodnight Sweetheart. It will be the week after that, because next week is my Super Geek week, which, to give you a little heads up, the Tuesday next week, which is the 23rd, it will be It's a Sin, episode 4, so stay tuned for that. But the week after, on the last day of the month, it will be the episode, How Long Has This Been Going On? So yeah, we'll see what that one entails. But for now, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, all the usual bits and bobs, join the Patreon. But yeah, my name's Kevin. I'm a geek. You've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.